see. What else do we have here?
Labs likely through there. Can smell antiseptic. Hint of dead flesh.
Just get us there.
Anything at all in this room? Doesn't look like it, I don't think. Oh, no, if you could stay open. I was just, trying to fall back in case there were going to be a swarm of enemies here to greet us. If you could not close on me, that would be lovely. Okay, let's see here. We have a few different things. We have circuit boards we can salvage for some monies. We have a computer terminal that looks like we can access files. What kind of files are we talking about here? Wait, the files are in the computer. What? We have some other things we can do here as well. Research terminal we can hack. We might want to do these things first.
Dead Krogan, female. Tumors indicate experimentation. No restraint marks. Volunteer. Sterile Werlock female willing to risk procedures. Hoped for cure. Pointless. Pointless waste of life.
I mean, it is kind of odd. Kind of odd how Morden does appear to be bothered by this when, I mean, in many ways, he is the single person who is most responsible for the current state of the Krogan.
I didn't expect you to be disturbed by the sight of a dead Krogan.
What? Why? Because of Genophage work? Irrelevant. No. Causative. Never experimented on live Krogan. Never killed with medicine. Her death not my work. Only reaction to it.
I mean,
Was to
your
stabilize
experiments
population.
caused tons
Never
of
wanted
deaths.
this. Can see it logically. But still unnecessary. Foolish. Waste of life. Hate to see it.
I mean, you may not have killed Krogan during your experimentation, but the number of Krogan that died from having successfully upgraded and deployed the upgraded Genophage is humongous. So, just because you didn't see the dead Krogan every day, I mean, we'll ask how many times you did see them, but, just because you're a step or two removed from it, you are still the most direct link, the most direct cause for really all this. So, not as innocent as you're trying to make yourself seem right now.
I didn't think you'd had much direct contact with things like this. Did you come to Tachanka after dropping your plague?
Yearly recon missions. Water, tissue samples. Ensure no mistakes. Superiors offered to carry it on. Refused. Need to see it in person. Need to look. Need to see. Accepted as necessary. See small picture. Remind myself why I run a clinic on Omega. Rest, young mother. Find your gods. Find someplace better.
That did sound a little religious, which is a little surprising coming from Morden.
I didn't expect spirituality from you, Morden.
Genophage modification project altered millions of lives, then saw results. Ego, humility, juxtaposition, frailty of life, size of universe. Explored religions after work completed. Different races. No answers. Many questions.
I mean, it sounds like, yeah. Sounds like after he came to terms, maybe a little too far to say that was the case, but after he realized the magnitude of what he did, he had a bit of a crisis of faith, so to speak.
Sounds like you were trying to deal with your guilty conscience. The doctor who killed millions.
Modified Genophage project great in scope. Scientifically brilliant. But ethically difficult. Krogan reaction visceral. Tragic. Not guilty, but responsible. Trained as doctor. Genophage affects fertility. Doesn't kill. Still caused this. Hard to see big picture behind pile of corpses.
I mean, it causes Krogan children to... Well, it causes Krogan to unsuccessfully have children. So... You could make the case it still led to many deaths, or it is objectively true to say that it has prevented many lives. As for whether it has caused many deaths, the a little bit of an arguments in semantics, but I mean, how do you deal with that? Yeah.
Can you really just rationalize it all away? How do you justify it?
Wheel of Life. Popular Solarian concept. Similar to human Hinduism in focus on reincarnation. Appealing to see life as endless. Fix mistakes in next life. Learn, adapt, improve. Refuse to believe life ends here. Too wasteful. Have more to offer. Mistakes to fix. Cannot end here. Could do so much more.
Like undoing the Genophage.
If you need this much soul searching to get over it, maybe the Genophage was wrong.
Had to be done. Rachni wars, Krogan rebellions, all pointed to Krogan aggression. So many simulations, effects of Krogan population increase, all pointed to war, extinction, Genophage or genocide. Save galaxy from Krogan. Save Krogan from galaxy.
I mean, that is a compelling case to be made, but still.
You could have cured the Genophage instead. Brought hope to the Krogan. They'd have rejoiced.
Assumes human reaction. Krogan stimulus response different. Harsh environment. Take chance to fight. Flee. Would have caused chaos on Tuchanka. Victor would have war economy. Bloodthirsty army. Galactic expansion only logical outcome. More war. Genophage saved lives. War would have ended.
I don't know about that. It's hard to say that with any sort of confidence, I think. That is so speculative in nature.
Look at the dead woman, Morton. It doesn't look like you saved her.
No, it doesn't. Worked with available data. Only option. No other possible. Doesn't matter.
Okay, not gonna lie, when everyone pulled out their guns so aggressively there, I did think that we were getting ambushed by enemies. Don't think that's the case. Save real quick here. Once again. Now we got a hack. These are the ones that I'm terrible at. And of course, I see what we need, but it's all the way over here. We are fast enough, though, fortunately. Next one is this. And next one is hiding over here. That wasn't so bad.
This looks interesting.
Krogan Vitality. We've gotten our first round of that. Our second round, well, further increases the life that Brunt has, and at least have to imagine, and as we were saying, he's pretty tanky. I think we were comparing before we made some of those upgrades, but now after having done those, I think it was before we upgraded all of his passives. But after having done that, when he's at 450 health, 420 armor, that is, in both cases, well over, or certainly in the case of health, well over what Morden has. A little bit closer to Shepard, because Shepard, of course, does have more passives that are giving us the HPs as well. Let's see, ooh, got some Find Iridium, sure. See, that's the thing, is early on, there was very little stuff here in this area, but now, in the sort of latter half of the mission, lots more loot to be had, so that's why I don't think we missed anything there. I think this might be what we're looking for, though.
May contain useful data. One moment. Genetic sequences. Hormone mutagens is still steady. Protein chains, live tissue, clone tissue. Very thorough. Standard treatment vectors. Avoiding scorched earth immunosuppressants to alter hormone levels. Good. Hate to see that.
Right. Of course. So, I mean, it does sound like you're quite proud in your work, but at the same time, there's this duality to it. You're conflicted, because although it may have been very prestigious work that you did, and it was very successful, the moral implications of it all pretty much as dramatic as they can get. You know, you more or less did doom an entire species.
Most people wouldn't be so casual about developing a sterility plague, Morton.
Not developing, modifying, much more difficult, working within confines of existing genophage.
That's not the point.
100 times the complexity. Errors unacceptable, could cause total sterility, malignant tumors, could even reduce effectiveness, worse than doing nothing. Had to keep Krogan population stable, 1 in 1,000, perfect target, optimal growth, like gardening.
Morden, that's too far.
Pretty it up however you like. You're talking about murdering millions.
No, murdered no one. Altered fertility, prevented fetal development of nervous system. Have killed many, Shepard. Many methods. Gunfire, knives, drugs, tech attacks. Once with farming equipment, but not with medicine.
I mean, again, prevented lives versus killed people outright. It's a hard line to draw sometimes, but at least trying to rationalize it all away. Yeah, I mean, he tries to make himself seem completely innocent, but I think that is definitely not the case here. Let's see, can we also say, are you keeping it level? As in, were you actually keeping the population level, or have they decreased? Because that's certainly what we've heard.
You're saying you were working just as hard to keep their population from falling?
Yes, could have eradicated Krogan. Not difficult. Increased mutation to degrade genetic structure further. Chose not to. Rachni extinction tragic. Didn't want to repeat. All life precious. Universe demands diversity.
Okay, so I mean, sure, that's a little bit redeeming, but still doesn't take away from the fact that you did deliberately prevent them from reproducing. You weren't just ruthlessly murdering and wiping out the entire species, but as we've learned, that is, in many ways, at least what the Krogan expectation is for what the future holds for them. Let's see, so, I mean, yeah, what stage in the process is... I mean, I assume this is basically that Morden is catching all these details on the work that Maelon has been doing, trying to reverse the Genophage, and so can we tell what the process he's making on all that is?
What was it like working on the Genophage modification project?
Morden's work on that?
Best years of my life. Wake up with ideas,
Not helping.
over breakfast, experiments all morning. Statistical analysis in afternoon, run new simulations during dinner, set data runs to cook overnight. Laughter, ego, argument, passion, galaxy's biggest problem, massive resources thrown at us. Got anything we wanted.
I mean... Still close to the team that you worked on it with? I mean, Maelon is, from what we understand, one of those people who worked on it with you.
Do you keep in touch with your old team members?
No. All changed with deployment. Made test drop on isolated Krogan clan, hit rest of Tuchanka when results were positive. End of project. Separate ways. Watching it end, watching birth rates drop. Personal. Private. Not appropriate for team.
I mean, it's pretty harsh to say there, but I mean, it's kind of true. Let's see. I mean, so you deployed it onto Tuchanka, you tested it out elsewhere, and then deployed it in full onto Tuchanka, of course, where the vast majority of Krogan were, their homeworld.
How can you agree with using the Genophage, Morden? Look at what happened to Tuchanka as a result.
State of Tuchanka not due to Genophage. Nuclear winter caused by Krogan before Salarians made first contact. Krogan choices. Refuse truce during Krogan rebellions. Expand after Rachni wars. Splinter after Genophage. Genophage medical, not nuclear. No craters from virus. Damage caused by Krogan, not Salarians. Not me.
Okay, I mean, he is at least correct about that aspect of the current state of affairs on Tuchanka, but of course, it is still ravaged by not only the after effects of the nuclear winter, but also the Genophage. So, it's still your fault. Open to Krogan peace? I mean, we can ask.
So if the Krogan banded together and formed a united government, you'd welcome that?
Yes. United Krogan saved Galaxy. Destroyed Rachni. Genophage not punishment. Simply alters fertility to correct for removal from hostile environment.
Okay, trying to make the case that, it's to balance things out after they got removed from Tuchanka, which, again, the idea being that Krogan were born or originated from Tuchanka, where, as we've seen, conditions are horrendous. I mean, obviously they are now. They're horrible after all the destruction that has been wrought here. But even before that, tons of predators, and generally not a very hospitable place. And so that reduced the population growth of the Krogan, but as soon as they discovered, or the Salarians discovered them and brought them to other worlds, then suddenly the Krogan population exploded because they went on these other planets that were far easier to live and develop and expand on. And so with none of those usual environmental pressures that they had on Tuchanka, their population went through the roof. And so Morton is making the case that, okay, we're counteracting that. They were supposed to have that stable population that they would have had if they were always on Tuchanka, and then after having taken them off of Tuchanka, now we're just making up for that. Which, I mean, is that your call to make? I mean, again, they were starting to expand so much that they were taking over the galaxy and causing a threat militarily to others, so it's tough. It's tough, but, I mean, is it still his fault? I mean, deploying the Genophage, the upgrade Genophage, I mean, it is.
The effects on Tuchanka are still your responsibility. You upgraded the virus that kept them in barbarism.
Krogan committed war crimes, refused to negotiate. Turian defeat not complete. Krogan could have recovered, attacked again. Conventional war too risky. Krogan forces too strong. Genophage was only option. Krogan forced Genophage, us or them. No apologies for winning. Wouldn't have minded peaceful solution.
Alright, I mean, if you say so, but I suppose let's get moving.
We're not gonna find Maelon staring at consoles. Come on.
Alright, so I think we've gotten everything in here. We didn't zoom past something down here, but I believe that was all. Thing got door over there. Maybe our way through. I saw another door over here. Maybe we check that out real quick. I mean, this is the one we went through initially, but... Oh, this is the one that kept on trying to close on us. Oh no, okay. Thought there was perhaps another room in this direction that we had not yet looked in, but I do not believe that is the case. So let's carry on. I believe we are now good to continue. Before we head through here, let's save. Again, the doors just really love to close in my face. Generally don't love to just go rushing straight through doors in case there are enemies on the other side of them, waiting to greet us. I'd rather not hug any and all enemies immediately upon meeting them, like the ones that are over there, it seems. But oh, hold on. Hold on, we've got a sick Krogan, we've got a datapad. Sick Krogan, datapad. What's datapad? It's another hack, which I'm bad at. Got this. We've got... One is this. And we've got... Oh, I did! I saw this, and then I got distracted. Need one more now. It is... What? Oh, did I go right past it? I might have. Now I'm getting distracted. This? There we go. Just in time, as I think the value of the hack was about to go down. I think that was still the maximum. There are enemies over here, but let's chat with this sick Krogan first.
You killed the Bloodpack guards.
Not Bloodpack, not member of Clan Werlock. Wrong clan markings.
I'm a nerd, not scout. Werlock guards got me. Brought me here.
I mean, we heard that the scout chief had sent out a scout that had not heard back from. We kind of assumed you were dead.
The chief scout told us to watch for you. We've taken out the guards. Get back to her at 9.
I can't. The Werlock did things to me. Drugs. Injections. Said I was sacrificing for the good of all Krogan. Experiments to cure the Genophage. Everything's blurry. Hard to think. Have to stay.
I mean, fortunately, we do have a doctor with us, someone who is very experienced when it comes to Genophage. It's usually in the wrong way, but perhaps he can help you out.
Morton, can you get him back on his feet? Stims, maybe? Something to bolster his immune system?
You don't understand. I'm not too sick to leave. I have to stay. They're curing the Genophage. They're gonna make it all better. They have to keep doing the tests.
Caution, Shepard. Patient unstable, susceptible, brainwashed.
Okay. I mean, we'd like to help.
Why do you want them to keep doing the tests?
This is my fault. I got caught. Wasn't strong enough. Not good enough. This is the best I can do. This is all I can do. I'm not big enough to have a real shot with the females. I'll never have kids of my own. But if I help undo the Genophage, then I mattered.
I mean, not sure these tests are going anywhere. Sure, they're making progress, but it seems like there are some serious questions about what would happen if Clan Werlock, and by extension the Blood Pack, were to basically proceed to take out, if they cure the Genophage, they would presumably only use it for their own group. Their population would explode, they'd take out the other clans, they would expand to other areas, or more so than the Blood Pack already have, and try to take over the entire galaxy. That's basically what we heard. I'm surprised we can do both the Charm and the Intimidate version here, but, I mean, this just doesn't seem like the best way to help your clan at the end of the day.
Millions of children will be born. Werlock children. They're going to destroy the other clans.
But... No. No, they said I was helping Erdnot.
If you want to help Erdnot, you need to get back there. But it would take a real badass to make it back to camp while injured.
I can do it.
You? I said a badass, not some scout whining like a Quarian with a tummy ache.
Phew, harsh words.
I'm up. And I'm going to the female...
Good thing we don't have Tally with us.
Damn right you are. Get back there and show them what you're worth. Go. Go.
There we go.
Nicely
That's
done.
more like it.
Fortunately, subject is unlikely to be contagious.
Oh. Yeah, hopefully not. We did get some experience from that as well. So that's good stuff. I don't think we leveled up. Nah, we still 415 experience to the next level, so definitely not. Alright, let us proceed. And it may be that those other enemies are on the other side of this door, and that may be why they did not interrupt this conversation.
Shepard, I'm detecting crates ahead that are holding unstable materials. A misplaced shot can cause a significant explosion.
Or a well-placed shot. Explosives useful. Burn through Krogan armor.
Alright. Good time to save. Let's make sure people are on the right type of weapon here. We'll stick with the Vindicator for you at the moment, Runt. Okay, so here's the thing. We have a couple of Vorcha here that, at least right now, do not appear to have noticed that we're here. Love to get close enough that we can, yes, actually target them. That would be ideal. Let's Incineration Blast and reave them. They dead? Question mark? You aren't... Whoa. Not dead yet, somehow. This surprises me. And here's the thing. There are more Blood Pack enemies here. It's not just these two little guys. So, the Blood Pack Warrior is a lot more of a threat than this little trooper is. Okay, he's dead. This Krogan, though. We gotta deal with you. Ooh, and there's the explosives on the bridge that I did not even realize were next to this guy at the time. But, does give us a chance to shoot him. And there's more coming where he came from. Can we knock you down real quick? I think I missed. I did miss with that. That is unfortunate. So we can freeze you with Cryoblast, which may be worth doing right about now. Pull you to disable you as well, but no, you get shattered. So that's pretty sweet. Got more Krogan coming through here. This guy is on the weaker side. Morden, what are you doing? What are you doing? Please stay here. We could even fall back further if necessary, but Morden kind of has a death wish at the moment. Morden! Freeze him. Morden, please come back here. Immediately.
Not a problem.
Okay, that guy is dead. I would like to do things like incinerate this guy, but I want to make sure that we aren't going to accidentally blow up the bridge on you. Oh, you have a... the heck? A missile launcher? Not think we were seeing that from the Krogan in the past. That should prevent you from healing. That should finish you off. That's good. That, at least at the moment, is the last of them, but I feel like we may not be done here. Got circuit boards. We might be able to loot more enemies? No, not at the moment. Yeah, 4,500 credits. I'll take him. Oh, that's an explosive crate. Okay, well, so there's some of them. Metagel. Got the ramp. Still more explosive crates. More ammo here, which we do not need. I nearly jumped out of my seat, thinking that our friends were enemies. So I don't love just waltzing past these explosive containers. It does make me a little uncomfortable. Especially because I'm now seeing, other enemies.
Killed that one.
See, like, Morden, you almost exploded that on yourself. And I feel like we would probably prefer to explode those on our enemies. So what I think we may want to do is we maybe want to try to fall back to where we were previously.
I got it.
Not a problem.
Yeah.
One down.
And sure.
Should do the trick.
Ooh. Yup. They've got some kind of heavy weaponry that I just did not remember that the Krogan had. I thought it was only the Boom Squad, the Boom Squad Vorcher that could do that. But it might technically not be a missile launcher. It might be a different ability instead. I do love how significant the stun is on Reeve against the Krogan. They do seem very vulnerable to that. Still at least one enemy over here. Can't tell. It looks like it's another Vorcha. Rather, not Vorcha. Baron. It doesn't really know what it wants to do with itself. Just a little confused. A little confused is all. I'd like to try to save that explosive crate in case there are more enemies. Not blowed up on this guy, you know? That appears to have been the last of them. Again, at least for now. But we did see another wave spawn previously. Anything in here? No, just perhaps a place where those enemies were coming from. We have more power cells here. We did pick up the heavy weapon ammo previously. So this is a place where we can... I think we increase our maximum heavy weapon ammo, but it does not increase our current heavy weapon ammo whenever we do that. So I think that means that we're not full right now. Oh, no. We still get the credits. Okay. And on this floor, I hear combat music picking up. Yeah, we got some more Krogan. That is... no, it's a fragile crate, not explosive crate. Darn, I was going to say that would be a great place to blow that up on them. I think these guys are close enough.
Enjoy.
Ideally, hit them both with that. I hit the wall, not the Krogan. That's not good. Okay, let's... can we knock you down? No, you have armor. Alright, I don't love targeting the one that's almost dead. We don't want this guy to get much closer to us. Otherwise he becomes a problem. But he's dead. He's dead. Feel like I just heard Varen. Yeah, we got more friends coming our way. That's just a fragile crate again, non-explosive crate. And so ooh, Varen does have armor. I was gonna say, maybe we can get greedy. Try to save all of our abilities for the Krogan back there. But, you know, let's get rid of the Varen. Really want you guys to be closer together than this so that we can actually hit you simultaneously. With the AoE on the Incinerate. Chief Werlock Gold. Sounds like that's a dude we may not want to be messing with. Okay, we've got the Varen, we've got the Krogan coming up on us pretty quickly here. You're dead. That, I'm thinking, is probably said Chief. Might have wanted to... ooh, that still staggered us, although I don't think it damaged us. You guys are not in the best spot right now, and that warrior is about to take you out. You're dead. Can we at least stagger you like that? Okay, that is how good Reeve is against Krogan, so that's pretty sweet. Here is... Chief Werlock, so basically the leader of this group, and he's got barriers first and foremost. That means Reed is a good option against him, but otherwise, our teammates don't have great skills to deal with that. Also technically means that this is not the best weapon for dealing with you right now, but okay. See, now you're back onto armor. That's a little better stuff for that. He's not charging at the moment, at least not anymore. Stagger him with a concussive shot. Shoot him in the face if we can. And incinerate him. And that will do the trick. Any more enemies after him, or is he the last one? Seems like he might be the last one. So, I mean, there's what is basically a boss. Or mini-boss at the very least. But with the 3 layers of armor, the barriers, armor, and life. So, those in the past have been enemies that have been pretty tricky for us to take down, but that time, I mean, sure, he did get pretty close to us, which is generally a really bad thing against Krogan, but, you know, we didn't have to, say, retreat back up the stairs, which was something that I was thinking we might have to do if he got right on top of us. Probably pretty close to needing to do that, but we were fine. Okay, let's see. Anything in here? Yes. Locked crate we can bypass, most notably. Okay, let's see. Hit you. Hit you. Then it's you. And then it's you. Alright, 3,000 credits. Not bad. Anything else down here? We got, yeah, the fragile crates, but that's not something we loot. I mean, I doubt, like, we can't go over this, can we? No, okay. It's not like there's something hiding in the corner there. Okay, but let's cross the bridge. Nothing there either. Ammo, which apparently we do not need, so that's cool. Alright, before we get too far here, I think we do want to save. You will see why shortly, I think. What is that? A research terminal that we can hack? No, that is not why. And I am not the biggest fan of the hacks. But, let's see, now we're looking for this one here, followed by that one there. No, it's different. It looks quite similar. Oh, what a bad spot. It's not that either? It's this. Few options that looked very similar to the one we were looking for, but heavy weapon ammo as well. We just recently bought some. We just picked up more there too, so that's be very useful. I thought when we bought it that meant we were not going to be currently at the maximum. Surely when we pick that up there, yeah, we will still, I think, need to research it back at our in the Normandy. So don't think we immediately get that, but I mean, like, I'll save just because I don't like doing the hacks. I don't want to have to redo that.
Maelon, alive, unharmed. No signs of restraint, no evidence of torture. Don't understand.
For such a smart man, Professor, you always had trouble seeing evidence that disagreed with your preconceptions. How long will it take you to admit that I'm here because I wish to be here?
I mean, it does seem, based on all the Werlock guards that we ran into, including potentially the leader of the entire clan, that there's a lot of Werlock control involved in this situation.
Maybe the Werlock brainwashed or drugged him to keep him under control.
Unlikely. Pupil's normal. Body language consistent with standard metabolic state.
Please, Professor, you wrote a paper on this. Forced behavior modification always results in mental degradation. Whether from Reaper indoctrination or drugs, test subjects always lose higher cognitive function.
Not brainwashed or conditioned. Need Maelon at peak capacity for work. Must be alternate source of coercion.
I mean, it's either way. It looks like he did not need rescuing.
He wasn't kidnapped. He came here voluntarily to cure the Genophage.
Impossible. Whole team agreed. Project necessary.
How was I supposed to disagree with the great Dr. Solus? I was your student. I looked up to you.
Experiments performed here. Live subjects, prisoners, torture and executions. You're doing?
We've already got the blood of millions on our hands, Doctor. If it takes a bit more to put things right, I can deal with that.
Whew, okay. Well, so... The ethics are questionable.
You honestly think the experiments you did here are justified?
We committed cultural genocide. Nothing I do will ever be justified. The experiments are monstrous because I was taught to be a monster.
Ooh, this is Morden's student. So, I mean... You were taught to be a monster by Morden? Is that what you're trying to say?
Morton, did you ever perform experiments like this?
No. Never taught you this, Maelon.
So your hands are clean. What does it matter if the ground is stained with the blood of millions? You taught me that the end justified the means. I will undo what we did, Professor. The only way I know how.
I mean... He has a point. He has a point. The Genophage was a pretty drastic step to basically doom an entire species. Pretty significant act of genocide, I mean, it's what it was. So, you know, some morally questionable tests in order to find a cure to that Genophage. He has a point. Certainly would ideally have more reasonable ways of experimenting and trying to find that cure, but as he said, perhaps the ends justify the means.
What happens if the Genophage is cured and the Krogan expand again? That'll be on your head.
That was, of course, the reason for making the
We
Genophage to begin with.
justified this atrocity by saying the Krogan would cause havoc and war if their population recovered. But look at the galaxy. Batarian attacks in the Traverse, Geth attacks in the Citadel. Is this a more peaceful universe? The assault on your Eden Prime might never have happened if we had let the Krogan recover. We'll never know.
I mean, that's pretty speculative right there. I mean, there's no way of knowing if that is the case or not, and to suggest that that is reason to justify what you're doing. I mean, like, again, finding a cure for the Genophage is, if that is truthfully a possibility, that's a good reason. Arguing that maybe the galaxy would be safer with a whole bunch of Krogan in it, that argument is considerably weaker, to say the least.
How would a Krogan population explosion have done anything to stop Saren and the Geth?
An increased Krogan population would have forced the Council to take steps, likely involving colony rights in the Traverse. The Turian fleets would be vigilant for any military activity in the area. They might have stopped the Geth at Eden Prime.
Supposition. Impossible to be certain.
That's a
Don't you see?
serious
We tried to
supposition,
play
exactly.
God and we failed. We only made things worse, and I'm going to fix it.
Yeah. Again, I mean, it's a very, very, it is an argument, but it's a very weak one, at least in my opinion. That, you know, would we really be safer if there were millions, billions, really, more Krogan in the galaxy? Sure, they have serious military strength, yes, but would they actually use that to help protect us against the Geth that attacked in Mass Effect 1? Would they be attacking us instead? Humans, Solarians, Asari, and everyone else? Possibly. That was the danger, that was the risk, that was the reason why people justified the Genophage, so, I mean, not exactly sure what direction we're going in with the lethality of it. I mean, Morden was saying how he deliberately tried to make it so that it was 1 in 1,000 births were still successful, and that would theoretically stabilize the Krogan population.
You talked about killing, but the Genophage isn't lethal. It only affects fertility rates.
Krogan fight over fertile females. They become mercenaries or pirates because they see no alternative. They would be thriving in a cultural renaissance now had we not decided that this is what they deserved.
Inaccurate. Krogan population resulted in war. Simulations were clear.
I mean, can you really simulate that kind of thing effectively, though? I mean, sure, the models may say one thing, but models are only as good as the assumptions you put into those models, and this is, you know, what does that mean? I mean, you assumed from the get-go that the Krogan would always get confrontational and attack everyone? If so, then there's your answer. That's why all the results said they would always get confrontational and attack everyone. It does seem as if Maelon here was allying with Werlock.
Why work with Clan Werlock? And how did you access the Genophage data?
The data was easy to obtain. We all still had clearance. We were heroes. All I had to do was ask. As for the Werlock, they were the only clan with both the resources and the commitment.
I mean, Urdnot does seem to have a pretty big foothold on Tuchanka right now. Why not them?
Urdnot has a larger camp than Werlock. Why not use them?
Urdnot Rex is too soft. He wasn't willing to do the experiments I needed. It's Urdnot's loss.
We know
Werlock's
Rex.
gain. Their clan will be the first to recover from the crime we committed.
And wait, it's Urdnot's loss and Werlock's gain? You're saying Werlock would be the first to recover. Okay, for a second I thought you were saying Urdnot. I was like, is that so? But yeah, no, Rex and soft are not words that tend to go in the same sentence very often. Alright, I mean, that appears to be everything we can ask you about. So, Morden, where do we take it from here?
Maelon clearly doesn't need rescuing. What do you want to do?
Have to end this.
You can't face the truth, can you? Can't admit that your brilliant mind led you to commit an atrocity!
Unacceptable experiments. Unacceptable goals. Won't change. No choice. Have to kill you.
Wait.
No.
You don't need to do this, Morton. You're not a murderer.
Maelon's reaction.
No, not a murderer.
Come on, come on.
Thank you, Shepard. Finished, Maelon. Get out. No Werlock left. Project over.
Phew. Okay, I mean, here's the thing. We let him walk away. He could keep on working on the cure, which may or may not be an acceptable thing. I mean, in many ways, personally, I think a cure for the Genophage might not be the worst idea. Now, if he were to proceed to hand it to a group like Werlock and the Blood Pack, it's probably, you know, that's among the group most likely to try to take over the galaxy with the power of suddenly being able to field a humongous army of Krogan when no other group of Krogan, no other clan could. He could leak the story? What, that he was working on the Genophage cure and that perhaps other people might try to tag along with him? I don't know if that's so much of a risk, really. Or to say leave.
What if he talks to more Krogan? Tells the public about the modified Genophage project?
Special tasks group good at covering tracks. No proof. Werlock willingness to work with Salarian, unusual. Other Krogan will kill him.
Oh. Oh. I mean, would he keep working on the cure? I think he probably would.
Aren't you worried that he'll start his research again?
No. Locking this unit. Special task group can cut access to old data. Could start from scratch. Decades of work, though. Didn't teach you everything I knew.
Oh, Morton. Alright, well, in that case, Maelon, I think it's time to go.
You heard the professor. Get out before he changes his mind.
Where am I supposed to go, Professor?
Don't care. Try Omega. Can always use another clinic.
The Krogan didn't deserve what we did to them, Professor. The Genophage needs to end.
Not like this. Apologies, Commander. Misunderstood mission parameters. No kidnapping. My mistake. Thank you.
Are you okay?
Don't worry about me, Morton. How are you doing?
Should have killed him. Wanted to. Easier than listening. Easier for him, too. Experiments indicate how far he's fallen. Expected it from Krogan. Not one of mine.
Phew, I mean, sounds like a type of lesson is important to remember.
Maybe you'll remember that the next time you're discussing the ethics of the Genophage.
Yes. So many variables, stress responses, impossible to truly predict. Something to think about. Maelon's
Impossible to
research,
truly
only
predict,
loose end,
exactly.
could destroy it. Closure, security. Still valuable, though.
His research was sick, at least the way that he acquired it, but at the same time, it may be worth keeping if, say, we thought that there might be reason to try to pursue a cure to the Genophage. It sounded like Maelon was making some pretty significant progress toward it. Again, his methods were bad, and the people that he was going to give that cure to were also bad. But perhaps in better hands with better methods, it could be worth doing.
This is the research that included tests on living victims. It's tainted.
Right now, victims died for nothing. Keep it, use it. Death's worth something. Maelon's work could cure Genophage. Don't know. Effects on Krogan, effects on Galaxy. Too many variables. Too many variables.
So, lots of options here, and it is pretty significant what you choose. We can hold on to the data, we can help the Krogan, which I assume means hold on to the data in order to help the Krogan. We can say the Genophage was the right call, and say, I guess the presumption there being that we are implying that we should destroy the data in that case, or just outright destroy the data for now. And I think our answer should be that, you know, the Krogan, they had a pretty rough time. Is there some risk that a Krogan population left unchecked could get completely out of control and suddenly threaten to take over the galaxy? Perhaps. But you know, times like these, where we're expecting Reapers and Collectors to be attacking us, causing huge problems, having an army of Krogan, maybe not the worst idea. Now, as I said, this is actually very, very significant long-term impacts here, but not exclusively for the reasons that you think it may have, if you've never played Mass Effect before. So, I think we will go this route.
You regret what the Krogan have become. You see the horror of what they did here, but you see the loss, too.
Wasted potential.
They don't deserve this, Morton. Save the data.
Point taken, Shepard. Capturing data. Wiping local copy. Still years away from cure, but closer than starting from scratch. Done. Ready to go. Ready to be off to Chunka. Anywhere else. Maybe somewhere sunny.
Alright, let's actually stay a little bit longer here.
Look around a bit more.
Yeah, 30 Paragon points from all that. We can end the mission whenever we'd like, but I do believe if we look around here a bit, is there anything we can... I thought there might be something we can hack here. Traditional stuffs. Yeah, there's a wall computer back here. Okay, so I am bad at these, as I've said many times before. So. Oh, man. Well, did we get an autosave by any chance there? Because that was, well. Oh, man. Well, like I said, sometimes I'm bad at those. And sometimes I immediately press a button that immediately makes us fail it, and we don't have the chance to try it again. Out of curiosity, the autosave. Oh, so we should have saved before we did that, because the autosave is from 15 minutes ago? If it was more recent, I would have said, perhaps we could give it a shot. I mean, if it's just, like, how long was our conversation with Maelon? Our conversation with Maelon that long? It's possible? Just skip through much of it? I mean, I'm kind of curious to see where this leaves us. Let's do it. I think the manual and autosave, yeah, are at the same time. This could mean we're redoing a lot. I don't... Oh, this is painful. Oh, no, it's right... Okay, I take it back. This is fine. We saved right before we did this. Okay. Well done, past lids. Well done.
For such a smart...
So we
How long will it
you
take
know,
you to
we
admit that I'm
obviously
here because I wish
had
to
this
be here?
conversation. So
Unlikely.
we'll skip
Pupils
through
in
here.
Whether from Reaper indoctrination
Not
or...
brainwashed or conditioned. Need Maelon at peak capacity for work.
He wasn't kidnapped.
Impossible. Whole team agreed. Project necessary.
How was I supposed to...
Experiment.
We've already got the blood of millions on our hands,
Okay,
Doctor.
so just in case we'll do the
Experiments
investigations,
are monstrous, because I was
then
taught
we
to-
might get more morality
Their hands
points
clean. You taught me that the end justified the means.
for having done
I
some
will
of these.
undo what we did, Professor.
What happens if
Obviously,
We
we've done
justi-
this before,
but look at
so
the galaxy. The assault on your
try to skip through
crime might
as
never
quickly as we
have
can,
happened
How would a Krogan
in
while
the
still
Turian fleet.
Opposition.
getting all
Did you
the
see?
bonuses
I tried to play
we
God
can possibly get out of the
You talked about
conversation,
killing.
and then we'll make a point of saving before we try the hack in case I completely botch it like I did last time. Let's see, that was Genophage lethality, right?
Why work with Clan
Data
Werlock?
was easy. As for the Werlock, they were the only clan with both the resources.
Urdnot has a larger camp.
Urdnot's loss and Werlock's gain. Their clan will be the
Okay,
first
I
to recover from the
believe
crime
that
we
is now
committed.
everything. So
Maelon
of course,
clearly doesn't need rescue.
You can't face the truth, can you? Can't admit that your brilliant mind led you to
we
commit
know
atrocity.
what happens here. If we are not ready,
Unacceptable
interrupt.
goals. Won't change. No choice. Have to kill you.
Wait, you don't need
But
to
no
do this,
thank you.
Gordon. You're not a murderer.
that smile is what gets me.
No.
The smile on Maelon's face.
Thank you, Shepard. Finished, Maelon. Get out. No Werlock left. Project
Aren't you
over.
worried that he'll start his
No,
research again?
locking this unit. Could start from scratch. Decades of work, though.
What if he talks to more Krogan?
Werlock willingness to work with Solarian.
Alright, so that should be everything.
You heard the professor.
Where am I supposed to go, Professor?
Don't care.
The
Try
Krogan didn't deserve what we did to them.
Not like that. Apologies, Commander. Misunderstood mission parameters.
Don't worry about me.
Should have. Easier for him, too. Experiments indicate how far he's
Maybe
fallen.
he'll remember
Yes,
that the next
Maelon's research.
Alright.
Only loose end.
This
Could destroy.
This
should-
is the research that included
Oh,
tests
hold on.
living
We still need to
now,
choose the
Maelon's work
what to do
could
with the
cure
research.
Genophage.
That is important.
No, effects
So
on
yes,
Krogan, effects on
as
Galaxy.
I was saying,
Too many variables. Too many
very significant decision here. But I think we'll say you should help the Krogan.
You regret what the Krogan have become.
Wasted potential.
They don't deserve this.
Point to still done. Ready to go. Ready to be off to
Okay,
Chunka.
still stay
Anyone
longer.
else? Maybe
I'd like to
someone
look around a bit more.
Still get the 30 Paragon points, so good we didn't miss out on anything there. We'll save here. And I will try not to just immediately botch this, because it's worth 3,000 credits. I was ready to just immediately proceed to botch it, because that's what I do on these hacks. It's not exactly a strength of mine. Let's see, we're looking for the green and the purple. Except it's just flat out not here. Here it is. There we go. See? Now we got the 3,000 credits. There we go. Now we're rich. And so, yeah, it's a little bit of a trick in some ways, because there is quite literally no way you can get that hack unless you choose to stay, because as soon as you open the door, you immediately end up in that conversation. And then if you say to Morden immediately after the conversation that you're ready to go, then you'll never walk around the room. You'll never see the ability to hack that spot. So, but now we have done that, so let us return. So we've completed the mission, got 750 experience points, so we've reached level 22, gained squad point for that. Troubled by Clan Werlock's progress toward Genophage cure without Cerberus knowledge. Cure data may prove useful. Krogan dangerous, but if recruited as shock troops against Reapers, extremely valuable. That is, as I was starting to say, one of the reasons why maybe having a humongous number of Krogan is not a terrible idea if we're expecting a war against the Reapers. Morden's assistant is no longer a problem. Morden will have no trouble focusing on the mission. So, good. That sounds like we've successfully gained Morden's loyalty in that case. Morden power unlocked. Neural shock. Cripple an organic enemy with pain. See, the thing is, though, we probably don't really want to use this ability. I think we're just going to quite literally take 0 points in it. We're definitely not going to use it for Shepard. And so, you may be asking then, Lids, why Morden's mission first? And the answer is basically just, I wanted to go to Tuchanka. Simple as that. Simple as that. New outfit for Morden. We got the Krogan Vitality research here, which will increase the health of all Krogan squad members by 25%. Well, we only have one, but still not bad. Scientists named Okir designed a retrovirus that matches the Krogan genetic code. Modifying the gene sequence of the virus and injecting a small amount into Krogan can introduce a change in that genetic code. Sounds like the kind of thing you don't really want to be messing with, but okay. Then we also got the heavy weapon ammo, 75% heavy weapon ammo capacity. That's huge. The power cell technology used by heavy weapons is fairly old, but can be improved by rebuilding the core with more modern components. These improvements allow standard power cells to yield more shots per power cell and allow for more total shots to be fired. And then credits. Looks like we got the maximum there. Good stuff. So, after having finished that mission there, we are now back. We're still on Tuchanka. And actually, I guess I could mention that this is potentially, depending on how you approach some situations, another place where before going on the collector ship, you can actually do 2 missions. You know, if your mission number 5 is what we just did there, Morden's loyalty mission, and then you do things in a slightly different order than what we did, you theoretically might acquire another mission that you can do here that, again, you can complete without having to go back to the Normandy. So even though completing Morden's mission would have been your 5th and would have triggered the collector base, by not having to go back to Normandy, you can get one more mission done, get some more experience, unlock some more research, get some more credits, and that way you can set yourself up for a little bit more power going into the collector base mission if that is something that is of concern to you. So there's a few ways you can do it. Tuchanka's one way, or one place where you can do it. Ilium is possible. That's what we were planning to do with the loyalty mission for Miranda and then recruitment mission for Thane. But it is also theoretically possible on the Citadel, although that takes some more precise planning to do things in a somewhat strange order.
What did I tell you, honey? Isn't it beautiful? Far away from
And that is the same conversation we heard previously.
God builds character.
See, do you have something else to say to us now that we have gone past you previously?
Take your business to the clan leader.
Not really. Not really. So, of course, we're back on Tuchanka, in the middle of Tuchanka, and at the hub. Yeah, we heard those guys. So that means we can now head back and,
Clan
nope.
Urdnot has increased in strength after the destruction of Clan Werlock. Based
Okay.
on population profiles, Clan Urdnot has adopted surviving members of Clan Werlock, mostly women and children.
Ah, intelligent move. Surprising from Krogan. Glad to see it.
Yeah, I think that's a good sign. Maybe we chat a little bit with Rex, in that case, see if he has anything to say on the matter. Perhaps, perhaps not.
Shepard, what can I do for you, my friend?
Well, see, the thing is, I don't think there is anything new to talk to you about.
We'll go over this another time.
Hunt well, Shepard.
But apparently, we have made Clan Urdnot more powerful, so, you know, seeing as how Rex is the leader of said group, I'd say that's probably a good thing, you know? If the question was, you know, if we are going to have some group of Krogan become more powerful, you know, do you want to be Clan Werlock, the people who are backing the Blood Pack and quite literally just trying to take out the galaxy at the expense of all others, including non-Krogan and other planets and what have you? Everyone is, you know, lesser than them. Or Rex, who seems to be oddly diplomatic for a Krogan, except in a good way. So that is, in many ways, one of the key weaknesses of the Krogan in the past was that although they possessed the military strength, they did make a few enemies. When they picked lots and lots of fights. But it doesn't seem like Rex is looking to do that all that much, which is perhaps a sign of growth for the Krogan.